even though that hurts going down, you can't spit it out. You have to swallow it. That's the truth.
And the truth is, this is DMac's Mac for Monday, the 16th of March. Recovering from a scant bit of snow where it's going to be like 80 degrees tomorrow. Strange Colorado weather, but we're here for all of it. And we're here for the Nuggets, the Avs, the Broncos, and even a little bit of the Rockies as they have some significance. We have some Rocky on Rocky action tonight. Details here in a little bit. We have a threat against Patrick Surtain from Jaylen Waddle. We'll get to that in a second. We're brought to you by Journey Spice. Use this QR code right here, and you will save yourself 10% using the code ALTITUDE26 at Amazon.com. Journey Spice and singles, doubles. It's organic. No salt, no sugar. Better on your food and better for the environment. More from our friends at Journey in just a little bit. But we love you, Anna and Rosa. We absolutely love you, Journey Spice. Okay, in terms of weird threats, this is about as weird as it gets, as Jaylen Waddle, I guess, threatens Pat Surtain.
Today, guys, with the one and only
Jaylen Waddle.
Jaylen Waddle, I have a quick question for you.
Talk to me.
Later in your career or now, would you ever see yourself getting inside the ring in Bednar's?
Who am I fighting? Like you gotta give me like who I'm fighting.
Anybody.
Pat Surtain. I beat the fuck out of him.
Oh shit, Pat Surtain.
Beat the dog shit out of him.
Oh my god. All right.
There's a lot more people.
It's a lot more people?
But that's just top of my mind. I beat the dog shit out, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Also, are you excited for the fight tonight?
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win the Blueface Chibu fight?
It's like Lent versus Power. I seen Blueface. He got in there with Keyshawn not too long ago, so I'm gonna go Blueface.
All right, we'll keep this. We'll assume this is some sort of joke because they both went to Alabama, and we'll assume they're friends. But I don't know, man. That is a weird thing to say to a friend, man. That is just a weird thing to say.
Today, guys, with the one and only
Jaylen Waddle.
Jaylen Waddle, I have a quick question for you.
Talk to me.
Later in your career or now, would you ever see yourself getting inside the ring in Bednar's?
Who am I fighting? Like you gotta give me like who I'm fighting.
Anybody.
Pat Surtain. I beat the fuck out of him.
Oh shit, Pat Surtain.
That's just so random. All right. Meanwhile, the Broncos don't do anything in free agency. We will talk football at Altitude Football at 6 p.m. tonight with Chad Brown to go over that. And we're going to start working on the draft, that's for sure. And if there are any trades, okay, we'll take it as it comes. But it was a historic period of non-activity for the Denver Broncos as they didn't sign anybody from another team. They were the only NFL team to do it. And I don't know exactly what's next and how that sets up for the draft. Right now, according to NFL mockdraftdatabase.com, CJ Allen is the favorite, but it's hardly prohibitive. It's by a scant margin, and the world is up in the air for the Broncos in the draft. Can't wait to dig into it. Meanwhile, for the Nuggets, they sit in 5th place right now, and it was a frustrating loss to the Lakers, 127-125, where Austin Reeves made the perfect missed shot follow-up bucket. Then Spencer Jones blows the defensive assignment on Luka for the game winner. Can't let him do that. Needed to foul. Can't let him go to his left. And he did. And Spencer Jones gave up the bucket over SGA. The Nuggets, incredibly, have lost 11 games this year by 3 or less points. That is first in the NBA. They're 17-18 in clutch time. And like I said, they sit in 5th place only because they have the tiebreaker against Minnesota. They now do not have the tiebreaker against the Lakers, which they are a game and a half behind, and they're a game behind Houston. They are a game and a half ahead of Phoenix, and that's important. They have 2 days off practice today, so we'll be covering it on PhD and see what the team has to say. I'm going to guess we may have the David Adelman show today, too. It sets up nicely for it. Philadelphia comes to town tomorrow without Joel Embiid. He has not played in Denver since November of 2019, and he's not playing tomorrow night either. They are a playoff team in terms of the play-in. They're 37-31. They're 17-15 on the road. This is the sort of end of a weird stretch where they have playoff teams one after another. If you want to say that that's a wrap in the toughest part of the schedule, I understand that. They take on the Sixers tomorrow night. Then they're in Memphis, and the schedule goes from there. But it's not nearly as hard as it once was, and at some point you'll get Peyton Watson back. So depending on how you want to look at things, the Nuggets are right there at the end of games. They're having a hard time winning them. Can that turn around? Probably. And a lot of these games are on the road, where the Nuggets have actually been pretty good, 23-14, whereas they're 18-13 at home, which of course means they have more home games to come, which is good. And the schedule sort of favors them as they have 14 games left in the season. There you go. Your Denver Nuggets. Kind of a boring game in Winnipeg, and the Avalanche just kind of stink in Winnipeg. We'll get reaction from Cale Makar and from Jared Bednar in a second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Avs lose 3-1 to the Winnipeg Jets, and Connor Hellebuck continues to stupefy them. At least they scored a goal. It had been forever since they even scored in Winnipeg, but they lose once again. They take on Pittsburgh tonight at Ball Arena. I'll be out there for that. Make sure you watch Between the Pipes after the game with Raj and with Mark Springer. Awesome post-game show, breaking down everything from the Avalanche, and I'll be in the locker room. And then on Wednesday, oh my God, it is gargantuan. Now, the Avs do have a game in hand over Dallas, but Dallas just refuses to lose. They are on this absurd hot streak and now trail the Avalanche by 3 points. Again, the Avs do have a game in hand, but my gosh, this is so close. And how ridiculous that these two teams likely will meet in the second round. But okay, whatever. You got to beat them at some point. So we'll see. Hopefully you take care of business against Pittsburgh. And, Pittsburgh has Sam Girard. Pittsburgh is a decent team. A good team. They're 81 points, 33-16-15. They're 17-9-7 on the road. This is not an easy game whatsoever. So should be a nice battle tonight and then Wednesday as well. Awesome hockey for you. And hopefully Logan O'Connor's getting better. Hopefully Gabe's closer to getting better. Lekkonen's closer to getting better. Ross Colton's okay. We'll find out more after the morning skate. We'll have that for you on PhD. So just keep listening all day long. Meanwhile, some reaction from Jared Bednar after the loss. Hopefully they get back to it on Wednesday, or tonight, rather. Tonight. Cale Makar after the game.
Cale, just from the get-go here tonight, I feel like it was going to be a frustrating night. What were they doing to sort of cause issues?
Yeah, I mean, we know that they're very good and protective around their net. I just felt like we didn't really get there in the first couple of periods like we wanted to. Whether it was just not delivering pucks there or just not getting in the goalie's eyes enough. But felt like we were better in the third, but I don't think we tested them enough around their net to get better opportunities.
All right, just sort of depressing in Winnipeg. Let's just move on and get a win against two tough opponents. The house will be rocking. It will be an electric atmosphere for the Avs, Nuggets, Avs, then the NCAA tournament. So, but that's not at Ball Arena. So home, Avs, Nuggets, Avs, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be there for all of it. Make sure you're following all the social media outlets on Twitter, on YouTube. We got you covered. Don't forget, after basketball, it's In the Paint with Dan Tanner, an incredible Nuggets post-game show. In baseball, all right, listen, man, it's cool. I'm glad the U.S. won. It was a hell of a game against the DR, but I'll tell you this, that ain't a strike against Perdomo. But Mason Miller is one tough son of a bitch, man. That guy is unreal. Through the past 50 batters, nobody's gotten a hit, and he's got 39 strikeouts. It's bananas what he's done. This is a little bit hard to see, but if you can see that number underneath the strike zone. That's 8. That's the 8th pitch. It wasn't a strike. Should have been ball 4. Was a good pitch, great pitch. And Perdomo should have been on first. There should have been runners on first and third with 2 outs, and we'll see what's what. But I do love the pitch with first base open and you're throwing 100 miles an hour every single pitch. If you can break it off like that, you're going to give the bat. That's incredible. Perdomo did not swing at it, but he shouldn't have swung at it because it wasn't a strike. I've heard some people say, oh, when it's that close, it's no, when you're an elite player like Perdomo is, the strike zone. That's one of the things that makes you an elite hitter. If you're just hacking away on pitches, that's how like a high school kid deals with it. A guy at the top level, he knows his balls and strikes. It was a bad call by the ump, and they don't have ABS in the WBC. Hopefully they will next time. But I'm not rooting against Team USA, but that wasn't a strike. That's all. And it was a great pitch. And a lot of times great pitches are not strikes. And you do have human umpires. And I guess if we have a weird system, you just sort of go along with the weird system. That being said, we have Ezequiel Tovar playing shortstop for Venezuela going against Michael Lorenzen, fellow Rockies teammate for Italy, who's the starting pitcher. So we have 2 prominent Rockies playing into the WBC semifinal tonight. Italy, which is all Americans, against Venezuela, which has Tovar. So that looks to be an incredible game. The WBC has been, in my mind, absolutely fantastic. Your final moment of Zen, and it's incredible what happens with puberty, but let's watch this. This, my friends, is Marshall Manning, Peyton Manning's son. He's up there in Tennessee. Everything looks a little better in slow-mo. Right there. Well, that's Marshall Manning finishing off his sort of prep year. He would have been a freshman at Cherry Creek. He goes to a prep school to repeat 8th grade, and there you go. He looks fantastic. One more time so you can see him throw it. I don't know about the baby making music, but that's a beautiful, beautiful throw. And will Marshall Manning, well, it'd be nice if he came back to Colorado, but even if he doesn't, we wish him the best, and he's off to a great start. Meanwhile, Titus Heward is ripping it up at Valor, and he's being recruited by everybody. He may become the highest recruited quarterback ever out of the state of Colorado. Of course, CU's not in on it. Why would they be? But there you go. All right, listen, hope you enjoyed it. Big day today with the Avalanche in action, the Nuggets at practice. Again, we'll cover it all on PhD from noon to 3. Don't forget at 6 o'clock, myself and Chad Brown break it down for Altitude Football. That's happening every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with myself and Chad on Mondays and Thursdays, myself and Mike Sanford Sunday nights and Tuesdays, and then cocktail hour with myself and Rachel Vigil. So make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Go kick today in the teeth, y'all. Have a great. How do you explain the past couple of weeks to recruits and their parents?
I don't have to explain it. They saw it. See, you got to understand, if you're a dog, you want to come here and right the wrong. If you're a cat, you look at the scoreboard and you run. Which one are you, a dog or a cat? Exactly. Let's go.